international educator.
Hello student, welcome to our biology revision. Today we are going to discuss a question from a database area. So we have a database question that we are going to discuss now. So a database question is question number 6 in our paper 2, and it is usually a compulsory question. So for a database question in biology, it borrows so much from biological concepts other than mathematical concepts. I know, dear student, you do a lot of graph work in mathematics. But the graph work that you do in mathematics is a bit different from the graph work that we do in biology. Plotting a biology graph scores you about 8 marks, and then the other 12 marks are borrowed from the questions related to that graph. And these questions can come from any topic in biology from Form 1 to Form 4. So you can get a database question from any part of the syllabus in your secondary or in the secondary school. Note, this is now you relate or you answer the questions biologically. You avoid using the mathematical concepts that you have learned in mathematics. So there are some areas, or I will call them the marking points, or the areas that you need to be very, very keen on when you are handling a database question. How do you score those 8 marks easily? And then the other related questions, the questions that you get the answers from the graph, already you will have plotted. Note that sometimes you can have a graph plotted for you, but most of the times you have to plot the graph. So you're given a data, and then from that data you are expected to plot the graph. So what are the marking points, or what are the most important points? Number 1, check on the axis. Very important to check on the axis. So the axis must be well labeled and units correctly shown. For example, if this is our grid, so we have a schedule or a data that we've been given, and we are supposed to plot that graph. So from the data that you've been given, this is where you will now get the axis, the identity of the axis. So the identity, for example, the identity of this the x-axis can be time, probably time in hours. Time in hours. Remember, you are getting this from the data you have already been given. So on the x-axis you have time in hours. Now, dear student, if you just write time, if you write time in hours, you lose the marks for this axis. So the words must be written in full. Don't assume anything. Write the words in full. Temperature in degrees centigrade. Then here you just write temp for temperature. That again is a wrong identity of the x-axis, and that is enough to make you lose that mark. On the y-axis, again, the y-axis must be correctly labeled, and words should be written in full. If it is enzyme or enzymatic reaction, or the process of photosynthesis, make sure that you write the words in full without shortening any word. Any assumption you make in a database question will be penalized. So once you get such a question, I've said it is question number 6, make sure that on your grid or on the graph paper that you've been given, once you show or once you draw your axis, the first thing that you need to know is what do I write on the x-axis? Of course, you'll be guided in the question. And what do I write on the y-axis? And whatever you write on the x-axis, whatever you write on the y-axis must be written in full. Number 2, we have the scale.